Is this on? Are we ready? Are you ready?
We're ready.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right. Okay. So let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good day. Actually, this is YouTube. So it could be day, it could be night, it could be afternoon, it could be dusk, it could be dawn. But you're here with the Black Geeks, and you are here for our Sith News segment. I am uh, your effervescent host, Big Baba Rob. Even though it is a unusual hour to be doing a show, I'm not gonna tell you what hour it is because it could be any hour to you, and you really don't care. You just care about watching this video. But tonight we're gonna bring you the Sith News segment, which is usually a part of our regular show. But because of the extra long run of The Walking Dead last night, we decided we're gonna just break out and just do the Sith News section all by itself. But obviously, I am no Sith, but I do have a resident Sith. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Darth Geekonius. Darth Geekonius, say hello to the nice people.
Hello, everybody. Here's
Whoa, wait, Geekonius.
yes.
I have a, I have a little, I have a little malfunction here. I'm gonna present you. I have a, I have a, I have a problem with the Sith robe with the Captain America shirt underneath of it. There's something that doesn't hope, justice, truth, loyalty, and then a Sith robe. There's something that doesn't jive about that, my brother. I just want to point that out real quick.
This is the Captain America after the Civil War, during the Civil War thing. And if you haven't read it, you'll understand what I mean by Civil War Captain America. You know, Sith are all about passion and strength. They get a bum rap. People automatically assume that Sith are evil. But the issue is not
Sith
about
are
being
evil.
evil. Sith are not evil.
Sith are evil.
Sith just have a different code.
You mean Sith are just misunderstood? Is that what you're telling me?
We are misunderstood, and the Jedi have put out a bad rap and a PR campaign that's unjust. And I'm here to correct the record. That the Jedi's kill our vibe, and what it really is that we actually have an emotional tolerance for things going around in the Force, and we embrace the Force with passion and strength and emotion rather than just being pacifists who will let people die and do nothing to maintain order and justice in the universe. So that's the issue here. That's the difference.
Well,
We have lots of passion, and with passion, there's strength.
all I gotta say to that is Sith don't kill my vibe. Sith don't kill my vibe. That's
I'm
all.
not.
That's all. That's all.
Join us. Join us.
No, I'll never join you, Scooby Doo. No, I'll never join you. All right, let's get to Sith news, ladies and gentlemen. I give to you this week's. We're gonna give you kind of a news of the previous week from Darth Geekonius. Take it away, Darth Geekonius. Sith news, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't have any music. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. No, it's a whole copyright thing. Go ahead and do your news thing, homie.
All right, so we're going to get right into the news for the past week and talk about internet streaming. And to get into internet streaming, one of the big topics is, we already have the Slingbox from Dish Networks. We have Apple and their new rumored TV services coming out, and other streaming stuff like HBO Now. Well, now it's being reported by CNN Money that the NFL is looking to get into this, and they will actually start streaming live this fall. And they're going to do a test run with one game, but we do not know what provider. This is a big thing for customers out there if you really think about it, because we're in a situation now where we're getting more into cutting the cords of cable, and we're going to be entering into a new consumption thing where streaming is going to be the dominant force. That's just my prediction. So one of the biggest aspects of streaming, of course, is sports. So if the NFL pulls this off and can get into one of these packages, we may very well be witnessing the end of cable. In other news, there's been an update to the X-Men Apocalypse casting. It looks like Lana Condor has been cast as Jubilee, so now we know that in the new X-Men Apocalypse movie that Jubilee will be in the film, along with other characters that were already cast, such as a young Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. In Apple news, there's a rumor that Apple is actually developing another C model phone. The iPhone 6C is what it's being rumored to be called, where it will be 4 inches. So Apple will have 3 device tiers for the iPhone 6, the 4-inch, the 4.7-inch iPhone 6, and the 6 Plus, which of course is 5.5 inches. If those who are following Apple, it seems to be the trend. If you follow the rumor of the iPad Pro, where now we'll have 3 iPad models, an iPad mini, a regular iPad, and an iPad Pro. So I guess we'll have 3 versions of the iPhone, 3 versions of the Mac. So something about threes is going on at Apple, so stand by. And of course, here at Sith News and the Black Geeks, we're going to be at the forefront of this, letting you know what's going on as we hear about it. If you haven't been watching, it's an awesome short film that's been put out there on YouTube for Star Wars, basically reimagining a battle between the Empire and the Rebel Alliance in space as an 80s cartoon. Really awesome, and from the Empire perspective, you really need to check out that video. It's on YouTube. It's called TIE Fighter, and it's a short animation by Paul Johnson, and it really makes you hunger for a longer cartoon that's actually based on this universe. And it's official for those of you who are fans of the X-Files. Fox is bringing back the X-Files, and they do actually have our favorite agents, Mulder and Scully, reprising their roles. We don't know how long it's going to go or where they're going to go with it, but the truth is out there, and we will finally get to enjoy Mulder and Scully once again. The Mars One project. I know we've all been following that, the Mars One project. But it looks like one of the finalists who were selected for the Mars One project is now reporting that it's all a scam. That in fact that no one's actually going to Mars is not really possible. And the CEO is actually trying to fight back and say that's not true. But it's looking more and more like a scam, so we'll definitely be following that as well. What do you think about Mars One, Rob? I heard you were thinking about going.
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, when I was in high school, I worked on a Mars mission planning program, and actually for 2 different sessions. And the 2 things that we weren't able to figure out is, well, not weren't able to figure out, but the technology just wasn't there yet. Was one, your life support systems, how your regenerative life support systems. Granted, the International Space Station has really helped to progress that, so that that solution is coming along, but it's like you have to have backup systems. And the second, well, I'm sorry, there are 2 more. Your continuous propulsion. You can't. You could do the gravitational sling thing, which takes a really long time, but you really would prefer a direct trip. So how do you have enough propulsion? And then lastly, which I haven't really gotten a good answer for, and hopefully one of you more intelligent folks, Neil deGrasse Tyson, hint hint, I wonder if you could explain the Van Allen belts, because my understanding in looking at the actual physical numbers of the Van Allen belts, they only extend a certain amount of distance away from the Earth. So once you get out of the and for those who don't know what the Van Allen belts are, they are what protect us from the radiation, the solar radiation, the universal radiation, radiation from the sun. Uh, how do you deal with radiation poisoning? Because you can't make a ship that's so incredibly lined that you could launch it unless you build it in orbit, and then you just it matter. You just have to move the mass of it, and so maybe I got a little bit too deep, but I really like that answer to the Van Allen belts. I was going to ask that once when I was at NASA in Florida, but I was like, I think they'd throw me out of the park if I did that. And I thought about, I think like, well, I think John Glenn was on the stage, and I was like, excuse me, could you tell me about the Van Allen belts and exactly how that worked? I really wanted to ask that, but I was like, yeah, I figured they'd kick conspiracy theorists out pretty fast. But I'm sorry.
Let me just say this: we are the Black Geeks, but sometimes you scare me with your level of geekiness.
Yeah, I go there.
In fact, I'm about to order some aspirin or something for that Van Allen belts and
Yeah.
jet propulsion systems and sustainable life systems and all that other stuff. You just completely
Well, hey, look. At least we're true to our names. We are black geeks. Although we are probably the coolest black geeks you'll ever meet. But still, we kind of hold true to our geekiness. So yeah,
Yes, and this is proof right here.
this is proof right here. But it is.
So I wanted to go ahead and pick up with the news to cover all this news, and we do have a lot. So HBO Game of Thrones, we all know winter is coming in like 15
We
days.
just finished with winter. Winter. I mean, granted, it was like 30 something degrees today, but we just.
No,
What are you talking
real
about?
winter is coming.
No, winter just passed, dude. What are you talking about? It's
Winter
almost
is
April.
coming.
No, we just finished.
Accept it. Winter is coming. Or I'm going to choke you, Rob. Yeah, winter's coming. Where's your sound? Did you
You
mute
keep
yourself?
thinking you keep thinking you have the force and you don't, dude. I keep telling you.
I do have the force. You just
You were
don't
trying
know
to
it.
choke me ever since the potato salad. I'm telling you. You
Let's
don't.
not bring up the potato salad on this show, okay? No one needs to know about the potato salad.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so it's a rumor going out. Well, it's not even a rumor. It's almost confirmed fact.
I thought you hated
Uh,
rumors.
I know. But creators D.B. Weiss and David Benioff are saying that they're going to spoil the ending of George R. Martin's books in the current season and seasons that continue of Game of Thrones. And what they basically mean is Game of Thrones, the TV show, closely follows Game of Thrones, the novels, although there's a rumor that this next season may change some things up for the novel. The problem is George R. Martin is not finished writing the books. So fans of the books are still waiting for Winds of Winter, George R. Martin, that was supposed to come out this year that may not come until next year or maybe the year after that or whenever the hell he feels like finishing book 6. He already mentioned that there's going to be 7 books in the series total, but of course HBO cannot wait for him to finish writing the books. Therefore, he's already told them how the story's going to end and what's supposed to happen. So they're now letting us know that they're probably going to be ahead of the books. So we're about to find something unprecedented here where the show is going to be more current than the books. So there you go. It sucks. And other returning back.
How does that make you feel, Geekonius? How does that make you feel? I mean, considering you are such a book wizard, how does that make you feel? Never mind. Continue with the news, sir.
Yes. You know, the issue is when they don't follow the books or when they do stuff like that, I just want to tell them to take that son of a bitch, that book, turn it up, dust it off really good, turn it sideways, and take that Rudy Poo, shove it up there, candy ass. I'm sorry. I had a rock moment.
You seem to be having a lot of those lately there, Rudy Poo. I'm just saying.
I had a rock moment.
Yeah, you had a rock moment. Onward with the news.
Onward with the news. Talking about returning back to television and the big screen, it's been confirmed that Vivica A. Fox is coming back for Independence Day 2. So yes, they are making an Independence Day 2, and yes, some of the original actors are returning, not Will Smith, but Vivica Fox has confirmed that she will be
What in the world
returning.
is she gonna do in the movie? What exactly can her role possibly be in the movie?
Hey,
If
how
Will
could they?
Smith is gone,
How could they possibly have another movie?
hey, no. You know what the movie could be?
The Aliens Strike Back.
No,
Duh, 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 duh.
no. It could be the preemptive strike. Preemptive strike. We know that we love our preemptive strikes, don't we?
Oh, so Independence Day 1 wasn't the real thing. And they waited 20 years because the story is supposed to focus on their child together who's now grown and who's coincidentally going to be, I guess, the next only person on Earth who can save humanity.
Yes.
It's just stupid the more you think about it.
Now they're taking the fight to them. Now they're like, you'll never. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? You see, that's what I'm thinking.
we kept the aircraft and learned how to travel in space.
Yes.
And we're going to go to the alien home world.
There we go. All
And
right. There we
oh
go.
God,
Yep. I'm just saying,
Hollywood.
if I had to guess, because they're not going to come back a second time unless maybe they come back with a quote unquote peace force, which they won't do. They just, if the aliens that powerful, they come back and they just
They
absorb
said
everything.
no peace, no peace. So no peace.
Back to the news.
Back to the news. So Viola Davis said that her role in the Suicide Squad as Amanda Waller is going to be badass. So for those who don't know, yes, Viola Davis is Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad, and she's really excited about it. And there are some people that's a little upset with this new version of Amanda Waller anyway, but it's already been done in the comic book. She's no longer the portly older black woman who is ruthless and vicious. She's now the slim and curvy and dare I say attractive Amanda Waller, much like the Amanda Waller of Arrow.
Arrow, yeah.
And let me just say, as a side note, DC, I still think this is the stupidest thing you're doing by separating the movie and the television cinematic universes. I truly, truly, truly believe you should be following the Marvel model. You already have a developed Amanda Waller. You already have a Suicide Squad, which is where they messed up because Deadshot is always already been on the show. It just seems to me very stupid what they're doing. And they're falling into the trap of the DC comic thing where you have these multiple universes. So maybe the Flash in the movie universe won't be Barry Allen. It'll be, Wally West or something like that. It's just... Anyway, in other news, Jennifer Lawrence, speaking of Age of Apocalypse, said that this will actually be her last film in the series. So no more Katniss Everdeen / Mystique for Age of Apocalypse. Maybe she had enough of the blue makeup and decided that, the movies aren't that good anyway. So I don't know.
I feel for her. That makeup. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine how much time she must have spent in the makeup chair getting her whole body done like that. Unless it was some kind of suit. It looks like
No,
probably body paint.
it's mainly body paint. I remember in the earlier franchise, Rebecca Romaine was talking about it, and she was saying that it's literally an all-day affair. They paint your body blue, and they add the little prosthetics, the blue scales and stuff. But other than that, that's just you in the buff and blue.
Man, that's a lot to
Not
go
not
through.
not to mention the contacts and the hair. It's just
Yeah.
so it's a lot to go through. Who remembers when Target got hacked, basically, and everybody lost a bunch of money? Well, Target is now paying $10 million to victims of the data breach in 2013. This is why everybody should be using Apple Pay. Just calling it like it is. In fact, as you can roll your eyes, you can pass out, but it was just the other day I was in Walgreens and I went to buy something simple like some mouthwash, and I just tapped my phone and paid, and the lady says, "Wow, that's Apple Pay. Is that really secure?" And I literally had a 5-minute conversation, and I don't know why these people don't train their employees, but I'll say it again: Google Wallet, Apple Pay, basically any NFC payment situation is 1,000 times more secure than swiping a credit card. The magnetic strip is over 2 decades old, and the technology has been able to be hacked 1 million times with card readers. This is why smart chips are used in other developing countries, because the data on the smart chip is hard to it's hard to break.
Back to the news.
Back to the news. I don't want to hear about why I keep using Stone Age
No,
technology.
but I just like you had a 5-minute conversation where it could have been yes, it's very secure, and you could have been done with it, and then you could have walked away. If it took you took a 5-second conversation and
Whatever, whatever.
it
All
turned
right,
it into a
all
lecture.
right.
Back to the news.
There's always lectures on the dark side of the force.
News.
Fantastic Four. I know we're all excited about seeing that. I know you want to go see it, right, Rob? Uh, so that's your answer to that. But anyway, Fantastic Four, for those who are really upset about the changes they're making to the canon, particularly with the whole Sue and Johnny Storm thing, just putting it out there, not a fan. They're saying that they're actually taking a lot of their story from the Ultimate Fantastic Four storyline. So if you want to know what they're going to do with the Fantastic Four, read the Ultimate Fantastic Four storybook, comic books. Um, Two last things on movies. As we know, Alien 5 has been confirmed. It's also been confirmed that Sigourney Weaver is going to be in it. So the question has been, what about Prometheus 2? They're still supposed to be doing a Prometheus 2. Well, Blomkamp, who's been helmed behind this Alien 5 film, said that it will not interrupt Prometheus 2. So somehow the story is going to still continue with Ripley, and it's not going to have any basis at Prometheus 2, which kind of makes sense when you think about the fact that Prometheus was kind of pseudo an origin story, whereas what happens in an Alien is already in the future. So they could potentially happen in two different arcs. So for people who were wondering, there's your answer. And last, in the Sith news, something near and dear to the Black Geeks. There is some casting data out there for the new Captain America film, Civil War, that is specifically calling for a lot of extras who are of African descent.
African descent, African descent. Gosh, Econius, why in the world would they need people of African descent?
Hmm.
One would wonder. Hmm.
What could be going on in Civil War next year that could require a lot of Africans in the film?
Hmm.
Hmm.
They're going back to Compton. To Compton. No, no.
That's actually this summer, by the way. That's,
I don't know.
and speaking of Age of speaking of the Marvels films, there's another rumor out there with Age of Ultron that we may actually see a certain African character in Age of Ultron. It's also been rumored that we may also see a certain Carol Danvers.
Hmm.
Exactly. And for those who don't put two and two together, don't think this through, they're gearing up for the next iteration of the Avengers. Let's just call it what it is. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, the Captain America's you know contract is running out. Robert Downey Jr. said he doesn't know if he's going to come back. So they just got Spider-Man, so they can do the new Avengers with Ant-Man, Spider-Man, uh, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and throw in one or two other people like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Bam, new Avengers.
There you go.
And that is actually it for Sith News.
Well, thank you, Dark Geekonius. I really appreciate it. Can I throw one more piece of real kind of geeky news? Have you seen the new Lincoln Continental concept?
You mean, does it have Matthew McConaughey in it?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about like the actual Lincoln Continental. And I don't know if I can. Let me try. I don't even know if this will work on YouTube, but there's a screen share from Autoblog.
Ooh, you have to
And
present it to everybody so we can all see.
okay, let me present to everyone. There we go. Gosh, what an incredibly they did such a beautiful job redesigning this vehicle. I swear they did. It is that is I mean that's absolutely beautiful. Great job with it. But this is the concept. There was a really interesting article on CNN about it. So you can go to CNN Money and check out. They have I think they debuted it in was it in it wasn't in Geneva, was it? No, Geneva was the Range Rover and the new Bentley, uh,
Hmm.
Rolls Royce. But yeah, I can't remember where they debuted it. Oh gosh, I can't remember the article I read the other day. But man, beautiful, beautiful redesign on it. They've been, it's really impressive. Cadillac has done a really great job with their redesign for their 2015 models as well. GM is just really doing a great job. Ford is doing a great job. I've been really impressed with a lot of the new redesigns and it really shows the strength of the American automotive industry is really coming back strong with some of their designs. Granted, you and I are probably still buying Volkswagens, but
Yeah, I was about to say,
I know.
I'm listening, I'm saying to myself, yeah, still not German though.
I know, I know. I knew what you were thinking before you even thought it. So, but I just got to give props, man, because I saw the new Continental, really great. You would love it. There's actually the console has a tablet that pops up out of the console. It comes up and then rotates 90 degrees and then opens up. You would love that.
Well, they are doing a lot of technology. My father actually has a town car, one
Mhm.
of the new town cars, and he asked me to start his car up for him when I was visiting, and it took me 5 minutes to figure out how to start that car.
That sounds like a that sounds like a personal
I
problem.
felt really bad that it had too much tech that I had to actually figure out how to start the car and move the seat. It
Yeah.
was it was pre-programmed and stuff. So yeah,
Wow, that's
awesome.
pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Sith News for last week, for March 22nd through March 29th. I'd like to thank you for joining us today. And whatever day it is that you happen to be viewing this on YouTube, it could be very close or it could be very far in the future. But thanks so much. Make sure that you follow us on the Black Geeks, www.theblackgeeks.com. We're also on Twitter at The Black Geeks, and we're at Google Plus at The Black Geeks. And guess what? On Facebook, you want to guess where we are on Facebook? You want to guess? Come on, guess. Come
Um,
on, come on. I
the
know you
geeks,
want to guess.
just the geeks. We're just the geeks.
No, 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 no. Try again. Try again. Try again.
The black geckos,
Nope, nope, nope. Try again. The wait, wait, hold on. Wrong side of the shirt. There we go.
nerds,
Nerds,
nerds.
nerds. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook, we are the Black Geeks as well. So make sure you follow along so that you can see when our latest videos, shows, hangouts, or we may be even trying to hook up some events in the DMV. So make sure that you
That's
follow us.
DC area for non-natives.
Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. If you didn't know, you didn't know. So it was kind of
And
sort
now you know. And
and
knowing
knowing is half the
half the
battle.
battle.
All right, peace and love, people. Make sure you like us and share us with a friend because we're low calorie, low sodium, and you won't have any flatulence afterwards. Thank you. Peace.